Good morning, Northwest. Time is 6:53. It's time now for your morning sprint.
Jack Ferris is looking ahead to a court appearance for a former Spokane police officer convicted of rape.
And Mark Peterson is tracking some hot and sunny weather for your weekend.
But we begin with a development in a Kootenai County story. Larry Eisenberg was recovered from Lake Coeur d'Alene about 2 weeks after his wife told police he fell into the water while they were boating. An autopsy, though, found no signs of drowning. But it did find that Eisenberg had a lethal level of Benadryl in his body. His wife, Lori Eisenberg, has been missing since May and missed her last 2 court dates. Well, she was to be in court because she's charged with embezzling about $500,000 from the nonprofit where she worked. A warrant has been issued for her arrest.
A car chase that started in Washington ended in Idaho with a crash. Washington State Patrol was pulling the driver over when he took off eastbound. Idaho State Police say the driver put others in danger as he wove in and out of traffic. Kootenai County Sheriff's Office ended the chase by bringing out spike strips. The driver ultimately lost control near exit 15 in Coeur d'Alene. He suffered only minor injuries. No one else was hurt.
The Spokane Park Board voted to take another look at keeping carnival rides in Riverfront Park. Last year, the board agreed to auction off those attractions. But now they'll assess if they can make it work financially. The study must be completed by September, and the city will not spend more than $25,000 on the research.
I think I only fit in the merry-go-round, really, when it comes to those rides. But I remember them, had fun. All right, red flag warning in effect here. We have, again, hazardous weather. We have burn bans all over the state, including parts of Idaho, and a heat advisory. You need to call before you head out, but know that it is tinder dry and the winds into the central areas are going to fire up. So will the heat. Temperatures into the triple digits all over the place. That extends all the way down into Lewiston. Pullman in the mid-90s, as will be. We'll have a look at a very hot 7-day forecast coming up.
Looking ahead today, former Spokane police officer and convicted rapist Gordon Ennis is back in court this afternoon. Ennis's lawyer has had 2 motions he's wanted to bring up for his client. This is a court date that was postponed from last month. Now his sentencing is scheduled for next Friday. Ennis, of course, was convicted of second-degree rape of a coworker during a party almost 3 years ago.
Well, fire crews were called out to Avista Stadium just before 7:30 last night for a small fire at one of the stadium's concession stands. Ballpark staff extinguished the flames before firefighters arrived. Thankfully, no one was injured.
President Trump has had a rocky trip to the UK. Earlier this week, the president criticized British Prime Minister Theresa May for her Brexit policies and claimed it could affect trade with the U.S. Earlier today, in a news conference, the president said he has great respect for the prime minister. An estimated 200,000 protesters attended that news conference.
Charges against porn star Stormy Daniels have been dropped. She was arrested Wednesday night while performing at a club in Ohio. Her lawyer says Daniels was arrested for allegedly touching 3 undercover detectives during her performance. State law does not allow performers who regularly perform nude or semi-nude to touch patrons. Court documents say because Daniels does not appear regularly at that club, charges were dropped.
Coming up next on Good Morning America, 2 sisters who met as adults and worked together to find 2 more brothers and their biological father.
And next week on the 16th is Amazon's Prime Day. Hear what will be different this year for the retail giant's biggest annual sales day.
Outside, we've already started with sunny conditions, and it is going to get hot. Take a look at the 7-day forecast. It's mid-90s today, low 90s over the weekend. We're back into the mid-90s for Monday and Tuesday. Please watch out for those who need the help during this heat, please.
Yep.
I need
Check
help
on
during
them
the
if
heat.
you need to.
Yes,
I need help.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Good Morning America is next. This is for everybody who gets to enjoy that sun over the weekend. Have a great weekend.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Very nice. Very nice.